Hello and welcome to the White Dog Garage YouTube channel. My name is Bob and this is the first part of a two-part series on the restoration of this bench drill. 10 years ago I bought this mill, this bench mill or mill drill as it's sometimes called in Australia, and retired the bench drill here to a dusty old shed. Many a time since then I've thought, gee, I could use a bench drill, and I've decided to pull it out of retirement and put it back to work. This video is going to be about pulling it out of retirement, cleaning it up, getting it ready to go back into service. The second part will be about the actual rebuild and setting it up to run. And I hope you enjoy. This bench drill has been in my family for 50 years and we bought it second hand, so it's probably at least 60 to 70 years old, and it's a solid cast iron unit with years of life left in it. The motor, bearings and spindle are all in good shape, so why not continue to use it. My first job is to remove the motor and the spindle top bearing. The spindle top bearing has a cage ball bearing race, and off camera I will clean it out and repack the bearing with new grease. The nuts and bolts on this bench drill are all Whitworth thread, so it is out with the inch system spanners for separating the components. Off camera I have degreased and power washed the body of the drill, but some cleaning will still be needed. Altogether the drill press weighs about 100 kilograms or 220 pounds. I am separating it into its component parts, both for ease of cleanup and also to make it easier to handle. Because of the mess that I am creating, I'm doing the cleanup and the painting in my paint shop. The paint shop is really just a tent in my driveway. I debated in my mind whether to strip the bench drill back to bare metal, but I've decided not to. However, my initial attack is with a rotary wire brush, which will take off a lot of the paint. The bench drill was originally green, and my brother brightened it up with some yellow patination. However, I will go for a more bland colour that's more fitting to the garage decor. Yes, that is a claw hammer I use to separate the table from the mount. Paint shop is next to the wood shop at White Dog Garage, and it's the nearest place to find a hammer. The rotary wire brush does not get everything, and I'm finishing the job with sandpaper and a scraper. Here I'm wiping down the sub-assemblies with wax and grease remover in preparation for painting. Getting the drill head ready takes most of the preparation time, as it has lots of nooks and crannies that need cleaning out. Then it is on to the table. And then the table mount. Finally, the paint preparation finishes with the motor mount and the motor pulley cover being the last items. I have decided to paint the individual components with a brush rather than spray it. It is mostly cast iron, with the only real smooth surfaces the machine ones, which won't be painted. This saves me masking as well. The paint I am using is an Australian brand, Wattle Kilrust, and is an enamel paint. The colour is a shade of grey called Pins and Needles, and I'm not using a primer. Because the head unit has no bare metal areas that I can rest on the bench for painting, I'm fitting it with a wire loop through one of the bolt holes, and in turn suspending the unit from a frame for painting. I find with the paint dry but not fully cured is the best time to remove it from exposed metal areas. Here I'm using sandpaper and scrapers to remove the paint from surfaces that are meant to be bare metal. This is the bench drill, but rather than mount it on the bench, I have built a special stand for it to sit on. I've showed the building of the bench in another video, for which I will have a link in the description. It was a relatively simple weld up of a steel angle to make the frame. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, like it, I'd welcome a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, think about subscribing, and if you do, please ding the bell so that you're reminded every time a new video comes out. I post every fortnight, and the second part of this series, which will focus on putting it all back together and setting it up to run, will be posted in 2 weeks' time. Thank you.